Hi, my name's Sophie Fox and I'm from Angelic Energies, and I'm the author of the Guided by Angels, A Journey Through Life with the Archangels book. I wanted to share with you a really healing section of this book with Archangel Raphael. Now, this book covers a huge range of different aspects of your life, including how to boost your intuition, how to manifest miracles, to attract your life partner, to cope with change and confrontation, to boost your emotional resilience and intelligence, and to just basically get to know yourself a lot better. So there is so much in this book for you that is going to help you. I'll just start with a little section from the Archangel Raphael, which says, if you're struggling with your health, don't allow fear to take over. Stay focused on imagining yourself being free of pain, and if that's not possible, because I realise it's easier said than done, just try and stay firmly in the present. As difficult as this may be to resist the pain, try not to resist this pain, and instead really sink into it and be fully present with it. Ask your body what it's trying to tell you by bringing up this pain, and trust that the sensation of this pain is an indicator that on a cellular level your body is working hard to repair itself. So actually, by resisting this pain, you're just putting barriers up to that repair. Remember that you are not your illness. Don't let it become your identity. One of the most inspiring people to overcome cancer, for example, is Anita Moorjani, who credited her illness to a lack of self-love and focus on fear and worry. She defied all odds and made a spectacular comeback from the brink of death to transform her life. So I highly recommend looking into her work. She's done things like Dying to Be Me and What If This Is Heaven? So there's a section now that talks about the power of the breath. And there are many things that we can do for our well-being, but one of the most important things is to learn how to breathe correctly. So most of the time, we're actually only breathing with 20 or 30% of our capacity. And the more we can oxygenate our body, the less we feel stressed, and our nervous system stabilizes. We also experience more energy and more alertness. So when the body gets enough oxygen, the immune system improves as well. Wim Hof is a fabulous one for following breath exercises to prove this. Now, low levels of oxygen in the body can lead to severe medical conditions. So it follows that breathing can transform your life in more ways than one. Now, there's a quote here, and it says, improper breathing is a common cause of ill health. If I had to limit my advice to a healthier living in just one tip, it would simply be to learn how to breathe correctly. There is no single, more powerful or more simple daily practice than to further your health and well-being than breath work. And that was Andrew Will, MD. So we know oxygen is the source of all energy in the body, and it drives our metabolic process. Yogis call it prana, or life force energy. And interestingly, the most common killer of cells in our body is lack of oxygen. So there was a study done by Dr. Harry Goldbot who showed that with under-oxygenated cells in rats, they developed cancer. So we can go weeks, well, about 3 weeks without food, 2 or 3 days without water, but only a few minutes without breathing. And the more oxygen we have, the higher the quality of life we have in the physical and mental and spiritual capacity. So breath work is the most efficient and effective way to overcome ourselves. 95% of our daily thoughts and actions happen on autopilot. So breathing exercises help us take control of our lives by reminding us to be fully present and allowing us to choose and align with our authentic integrity and higher self. If you live in either the past or the future, you can feel depressed, stressed, anxious and embarrassed. So focus your intention on the breath. It brings you into the present moment where you can feel naturally complete and confident and in the flow of life. Conscious breathing enables you to control your thoughts, which in turn controls your emotions, which controls your actions, which controls your habits and your entire life. So stand or sit now. Take a nice big deep breath. Now most probably your chest will come out, your head and shoulders will go back and your stomach will be pulled in. But breathing like this, it only uses 50 or 70% of your total capacity. And when most of us take a big deep breath, we push the diaphragm up and we pull in the stomach and we collapse the bottom half of our lungs in the process. The correct way to breathing is actually from the belly. So nice, big, deep breaths so the belly comes out. Deep breathing allows for deep thinking. So just take a moment now just to be aware of your breathing. Is it rhythmic or hectic? Or is it shallow or deep? Is it abdominal or is it chest? You know, most of us actually hold our breath without realizing. So let's just try a simple breathing meditation now. If you keep your breath as normal as you can and just count in for 4 on the inhale. Thoughts will appear, don't attach to them, just let them pass by and bring your thoughts and your focus back to the breath. Just keep breathing. So in for 4, pause for a moment and then count out for 4 on the exhale. In for 4, pause at the top of the breath, count out for 4, pause at the bottom of the breath. So you can keep repeating that nice cycle just to get you leveled. And if you're feeling depressed or in a bad mood, stressed or anxious or about to have a panic, do Bhastrika breathing. So take a forceful breath in, stretch your hands up in the air with your fingers, to do it with one hand. Fill up your lungs, pause for a moment, and then when you exhale forcefully, snap your arms back by pulling your hands to your shoulders and clench your fists as forcefully as you can when you're releasing. Okay? And this is really powerful, so you can just keep repeating this. Try and do it for about 10 times. And this is a really great thing to do in the morning, just to get that energy flowing through your body. There are so many different breathing techniques you can try. Another example is to do 3 full inhales through the mouth to the fullest capacity, keeping your body nice and relaxed and your breath centered, and pausing, and then sit back and then notice your mouth just allows a faster pace of oxygen to come through. So on the exhale, just let it go. So just in for 3, pause, just let it go. And you could try do that for 5 minutes or for 100 breaths, and this will just bring balance into your day. Do this for an hour, especially if you're doing Wim Hof breathing, and you will really find a profound shift in your life. Do make sure though, if you're doing breathing exercises, to be sitting down, and if you do start to get dizzy, stop, because if your body's not customized to getting these higher levels of oxygen, We don't want you feeling faint. So just in general, the aim is to get into the habit of deeper, fuller, more relaxed breathing, just to keep the body in an optimal state. As mentioned, breathe from the belly, pushing it out to feel the lower levels of the lungs filling up, and watch the mind become clearer as a result. Now, when implementing a new habit into your life, it really helps to kind of link this with an automated action that you already have. So decide that this same automatic behavior will trigger you to do your breathing exercises. You can incorporate your breathing meditation into everyday actions, such as when you're catching the train, when you're heading for the train in the morning, or when you're walking along. Just become aware of your breath. Breathing in for 3 strides, breathing out for 4. And every time your attention wanders, just return your mind back to the breath. Now personally, I find it really beneficial to do conscious breathing while I'm driving, because I've noticed that quite often when I'm driving, I tend to hold my breath because I'm actually concentrating, and this of course is a really bad habit, and it increases stress levels. So as soon as I've become aware of this, I switch to a few rounds of deep breathing. So whatever your schedule is, just factor in some breathing exercises, and it's also a good idea to do it whenever you're drinking water as well. That really helps. So more ways to boost your well-being. Some other ways you can help yourself for well-being is starting to take omega-3, 6 and 9 oils, as well as Q10 capsules, and a good quality vitamin and mineral supplement. Even if we think that we're having a healthy diet, taking these vitamins is the fastest way to boost the mitochondrial function. So these are tiny little bacteria that live in every cell of our body, and they're actually responsible for creating our energy. The number, the efficiency and strength of these mitochondria dictates whether or not you'll develop cancer or degenerative diseases. So it really pays to keep them in peak condition. Omega oils are healthy fats which are vital for feeding the brain, to help it feel sharp and focused, effective and reliable, with a constant stream of energy. The brain is nearly 70% 70% fat, and it needs fat to fuel it and to run and to stop it from shrinking. A few things that can drain us: fluorescent light. So try and get infrared, ultraviolet rays present in daylight. Too much sugar as well increases the insulin in the blood, which damages organs in the body. So do try and stabilize your sugar levels. It's so hard because food manufacturers, they load products with so much sugar to the point where they even call it the bliss factor, just getting it to the right point, where you can't resist it. The effect of artificial sugar on the body is, though, even worse. Apparently it's reportedly worse than heroin, the effects of artificial sugar. The brain is lit up like a pinball machine because of it. So just be wary that diet products, ones that promise to have less sugar in them, actually contain artificial sweeteners, such as if I can pronounce this, aspartame K and aspartame, which really bad news. It breaks aspartame breaks down into components: aspartic acid, methanol, further produces formaldehyde and formic acid, which are of course, are known to be toxic. So yeah, it talks a little bit about this, and also processed foods, simple carbohydrates such as white flour, white rice, margarine, are really to be avoided to keep your body in optimal health. Another key point, make a conscious effort to drink lots of filtered water. Most of us exist in a state of dehydration, and realize that, if you're feeling thirsty, you're actually already in a state of being very dehydrated. So try and have a glass of water with you at all times. Take regular sips throughout the day. Notice how much your skin is going to improve, your eyes start sparkling, and as an added benefit, your appetite reduces and your figure improves. So it's interesting, water is the closest vibrational match to source energy, which is why we feel so rejuvenated when we have a shower or a bath. So why not try doing a shower meditation? Every time you take a shower, visualize washing away stress and anxiety. Envision the power of water washing away all negative thoughts. Any feelings of sadness, regret, anger, depression, just let that wash right off you. Let it go down to the drain. Feel the lightness in your body. Enjoy the clarity of your mind. So your soul is free of all that does not serve you for your highest good. So that's just a small section of the chapter with Archangel Raphael. As I mentioned, that there's so much in this book, but I just really felt the need to bring you some healing tips and advice right now. So I hope that was of benefit, and I shall be in touch soon, sending you lots and lots of love and angel blessings. Thank you.